Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Big Steve here. Thank you for joining me again on this wonderful Saturday morning, afternoon, wherever you are. It's pretty hot and humid here again in the UK, so I thought let's make another video. Sorry I haven't made a video for a few days, guys. There's not really been a great deal to talk about until the weekend. So anyway, yeah, FIFA 23. We've got the start of the new Leveled Up promo. Started last night. We're going to talk about that in a bit. But before we get into that, I just want to go over the last few weeks of the Shapeshifter promo that we've had on this game. So this is my current team, by the way. And yeah, so Shapeshifters is always a very popular promo in this game. It always tends to come towards the end of the cycle. And it's just... well, some people don't like it because they do. I mean, you know, like you've only got to look at, like, we've got Tap Saber as a goalkeeper here. We've got the goalkeeper Milinkovic-Savic in midfield. You know, there are some cards that are just kind of a bit too unrealistic for some people. But for those that just want to use fun cards and don't really care about the real life realism side of it, it's a really fun promo, and you get to use some pretty cool cards and some pretty cool positions. So I actually quite like the promo. I think it's good fun. I think it's nice to have something that isn't just about, you know, full meta and all that. Although I've got to be honest with you, this promo did bring some cards that are kind of pretty meta. I mean, for example, this Milinkovic-Savic card here. As you can see, I've played 186 games with him. I've only scored 3 goals because I actually play him at centre-back. A lot of people use this guy in the midfield. You can play this guy anywhere on the pitch. Really doesn't matter. He's incredible. Probably the best card I've used so far this year. The reason why I play him at centre-back is because I do play in the, like, Div 2, Div 1, Rivals, that kind of, you know, and every game is just an absolute sweat fest where everyone just tries kickoff glitch, the corner cross glitch technique. Like, it's all about glitches once you get into the sweatier division. So having this guy who is, how tall is he again? 6'8" in centre back, just kind of helps out a little bit, I find, with some of those sweaty glitch techniques that people like to use. But he is really good in the midfield, and even if you want to use him as an attacker as well. So probably my favourite card of the whole promo. Another card that I just want to mention to you guys is this Becker card quickly. I think I did talk about him in a previous video. As you can see, nearly 300 games with this guy. Now, his shooting is not the best, right? But he is, I mean, he can play at centre-back, but I play him at CDM because he really is just so good and so underrated. And he's a premium card. So if you did get him, you haven't even got to worry about chemistry, because he would be a nightmare for chem if he didn't have that premium card. But he is so good in game. He's literally, if you've ever used N'Golo Conte in FIFA, you'll know that why Conte is so good usually in FIFA is because just how quick he is and how quickly he can turn around and change direction and just move from side to side, kind of traverse on the pitch. He's incredible with that. But the downside to Conte is he doesn't have much in the way of physical presence or height. Well, yeah, very little. This guy does have a lot more physical, and he is 5'11", so he is a bit taller. So he's just, in my opinion, a more cracked out version of Conte with what's more meta in this particular FIFA. I do play on new gen, by the way, guys, so those of you that play on old gen, there's probably slightly different metas over there, but I think it's all fairly similar. And this guy is definitely one of my favorites, and a really cheap card as well. So yeah, the Shapeshifter promo I thought was really good. I did this Camavinga, he's really nice. I'm recently testing him out in the midfield role, but he's really good at left back, and just really nice cards. This Petit was really good that I got. This Zola is really good as well. The downside with Zola is, again, playing on new gen, he really lacks height and physicality. I mean, he's like 5'0", right? 5'6". He's like Messi. He's very good at dribbling. Feels amazing on the ball turning, but he just does lack that height and physical, which can be an issue, especially if people are playing some of these real, you know, tall cards at centre back or CDM. But he does, if you're good with your right stick dribbling and R1 dribbling, he does feel really good on the ball. Same with Rodri as well. But this Petr card, this has got to be one of my favourite cards of the promo. He's just so much fun, and you know, he is meta. I think he really is, especially on new gen with the length. He's 6'5", so he's great for, you know, if you want to use crosses on him and stuff, as you can see, I've played 184 matches, 125 goals, 74 assists, 5-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. Be nice if it was 5-star weak foot, obviously as striker, but the 5-star skill moves is just makes up for his kind of little bit of lack of dribbling because of his height. Really good card. So Shapeshifter promo I thought was really good, and I don't often say much about this game is good, but that was a good promo. It was fun. I think they did overdo things just a little bit with the amount of goalkeepers that we had as outfield players. Like, you know, if they released 3 or even 4 maybe, at the maximum, it's cool, but once we start getting 5 or 6 or however many they released, it starts getting a little bit, I don't know, a bit silly at that point. So I think they just overdid that a little bit, but other than that, great promo. But anyway, the next thing that I want to the main thing that I want to talk to you guys about is this new promo, FUT Level Up. I have no idea how to even start talking about this promo. First of all, I guess what I need to say is that there is a good idea in here, and I think this is what FIFA do, especially towards the end of a game cycle, is they test a lot of things out that they're thinking about implementing in the new FIFA. We already know that, or have heard that in the new FIFA, we're going to be getting players that you can level up and that you can upgrade in your team. So that's probably something similar to this, but this is just absolutely nuts, because if you look at what you have to do to get some of these players, let's just go into so it's under the milestones tab, by the way, guys, because the season does end in just under 2 weeks, so they tend to start putting stuff in the milestones. But we got this Shahanagalu, however you pronounce his name, I'm not sure, and this card is really good. I did these last night. I just need 5 more games to unlock this card, and then you get a 94 rated version, which is a nice card itself. Not the best links, he's not premium, but you can then go into here where you've got the level up your game 1. Again, it's a 2-week promo, so I do imagine next Friday we'll probably get a level up 2 in here with whole new players. But look at all these players that you can get in here. It looks fantastic, right? 99 KDB, 94 Renato Sanchez, 96 Timo Werner, Enzo Fernandez. Raheem Sterling is an SBC that you can complete. He's about 70,000 coins. I think it's like an 87 rated squad with a team of the week or a team of the season, so that's not too bad. But then you've got to play 25 games with him and 6 English players in order to unlock this 95 version, which isn't even 5-star skills, it's 4-star, 5-star. You've then got Alphonso Davies. This is probably going to be the best left back card in the game. Edison Cavani's a really fun card, and he's premium chemistry as well, which is nice because he would be a little bit difficult to link with the Uruguayan country nationality there. This Fakir is also a nice card. You only have to do 10 through balls with him, so you can get him done in 1 game. So if you were doing the Cavani, you might want to pick up this Fakir card. That's what you have to do, by the way, guys. You have to buy their, like it says here, it says 10 through balls using 92 overall level up Fakir. That's a tradable card that's on the market. You have to either pack it or buy them off the market. And then you use that 92 rated card, get 10 through ball assists in squad battles or rivals or champs with 6 French players in your starting 11. And then you get the untradable 93 Fakir. And obviously then if you bought the 92, you could then just sell that and get your money back on it. Now, you could, so like I said, you could combine these two because you need 3 Uruguayan players for Cavani. So if you put, 6 French players and 3 Uruguayan players, and then obviously Fakir and Cavani, there's your starting 11. And then you could combine these and get Fakir done in 1 game while still working towards Cavani, and then sell your 92 Fakir and then carry on with your Cavani. And then what else do we get? This Vlahovic card looks pretty nice. Corona is a fun card. So there are definitely some nice cards here that are fun. In 5 games here or there is not too bad. There's the Shahanagalu card, the 96 rated version. So once you've unlocked the 94 from the objectives, you play 5 more games with him and 3 Serie A players, and then you get the 96 rated version, which looks really nice. And then you've got the 94 rated version untradable that you can throw into an SBC, maybe to do Raheem Sterling if you wanted to unlock that card. But So there is a very good idea here, and I do see kind of where EA are coming from, and I definitely think that, you know, something like this in in future games would be a good idea. But there's two massive problems with this game, with this objective in this game, that I really can't believe EA haven't like seen this. But the main problem is, right, let's talk about the meta cards, right? This Renato Sanchez and this KDB, right? In order to buy this KDB, because you're not going to pack him, let's be honest. I mean, if you do, good luck to you. But if you're going to buy this KDB, he's 15 million coins extinct on the market last time I checked. Let's see on Footbin here. So yeah, so he's still extinct at 15 million coins. So even if you have 15 million coins to buy him, you can't, because he's not even on the market. Now, obviously, you might be able to snipe him. I'm sure that some have maybe popped up. And I would imagine the price of the card will slowly start to drop over the next few days or so, as more people get him and complete him and then want to, you know, cash in on the 15 million. Because let's be honest, I mean, yes, EA could up his price range to 20 million and then you could, you know, hold on to him and wait for that. But at this stage of the game, 15 million coins is more than enough for anyone, I would imagine. You could pretty much buy any team you want with 15 million at this stage of the game. So if you do get him and you complete this objective, I would definitely look to sell him as soon as possible. Get your 15 million or whatever he goes for at the time and, you know, enjoy your 99 KDB. But for the other 99.9% of us that can't afford to buy the 98 KDB or aren't lucky enough to pack the KDB, how do we get this guy done? Now, I've seen a lot of people say, well, you know, Steve, what are you moaning about? Every promo's got, you know, one or two cards in it that's crazy OP and really expensive and, you know, not everyone can obtain them. And yeah, sure, absolutely, that's fine. But let's say, for instance, that you wanted, you know, the winter wild cards, Karim Benzema, like I did when he came out during that promo, and he was like 2-3 million coins or whatnot. I couldn't afford him. But guess what? Now, if I want to get him, 3, 4, 5 months down the road, he's like 200,000 coins, if that. So I can now buy him and enjoy him. These cards, as you can see, are only available for 2 weeks. So if you don't get these cards within these 2 weeks, they're going to go away and they could then become unobtainable, which is crazy. Why not just leave these here for the remainder of the game cycle, so that the people that, you know, have got the coins or get lucky and pack them, they can get them now and enjoy them now. And then everyone else can slowly get them, you know, in a few weeks' time as, you know, the game starts to die off and these become more available. You know, maybe even put them in packs for when we get the, you know, repeatable 85 times 10 down the road. Maybe this is things EA will do. I don't believe EA are that dumb that they haven't thought about this. And I do think that these cards may end up coming back and in some format and be a lot more obtainable. I really do. I just can't believe EA are just going to leave it like this. And at the moment, it just feels like there's a piece of the puzzle missing. And EA do this a lot with this game. They release a grind, but it is like, when they first release it, it seems like really hard and almost unobtainable to some people. But the people that, you know, really want to get it done, they find a way, they go out and they do it. And then later on, EA drop like this little piece that was missing that makes it all of a sudden a lot easier to get the grind done. And I feel like that has to be what EA are thinking here. Maybe they're going to, you know, once these cards, you know, the 2 weeks are up and they've released, you know, Team 1 and Team 2, maybe then they're going to release them back in packs during footies and also in some kind of like another objective with all the players in, and then just leave them in there right till the end of the game so that, you know, you can then pack them from footies and re-releases and grind them out, you know, later on. So, you know, the people that get them now, they get them now and they get to enjoy them now, and that's their reward for either being lucky and packing it or having the coins that they've worked hard for and are able to buy it. But for everyone else that maybe isn't as lucky or hasn't grinded as much, we can still get the cards then if EA do that, but we have to wait a bit longer, which I'm perfectly fine with. But if these cards just go away in 13 days and 5 hours time and never to be seen again, and anyone that wasn't able to buy them or pack them in that time period, unlucky, then I just think that's terrible. And by the way, I just want to point out that if you do all of these games, right? So you got 30 for KDB, 30 for Renato Sanchez, 25 for Timo, 25 for an Enzo, 25 for I think it's like, I don't know, I've heard people say that it's like 130 games or more to get all of these cards done, right? EA are going to give you 383 plus players packs for doing all that, guys. Thanks, EA. What the hell? So, yeah, I mean, like I said, I like the idea of this. I can kind of see what EA are thinking, and there is definitely a good idea here. But I hate to say it, but as per usual with the EA, the execution is absolutely abysmal. Now, I'm not going to completely just slate EA because I do feel and hope that what I just talked about, they might actually do, maybe in a couple of weeks' time, bring out the new Footies promo, re-release these guys back in packs, bring these objectives back, maybe even reduce the games that you need or something. I do think there is a chance they might do that. But in the meantime, unless you just love playing squad battles, in which case fair play to you, this is a massive L. It has to be. I mean, I don't see any other way around it. Now, if you do pack one of these guys tradable, the base card that you need to do the upgrades, I do think that first of all, the prices of these cards are going to fluctuate a lot because people are obviously going to like wake up today, the casuals, they're going to see a lot of the cheaper cards and go, oh, I want to go and get a Cavani. They're going to go and buy the Cavani. He's currently over 200k. They're going to go and do that. And then obviously once they get Cavani, they're going to want to sell him. And at some point his price is going to drop. A lot of these, I think like Fekir, he was over 100k last night. He's now down to like 80k. So these are going to fluctuate a lot. But I do think over the course of the next week or two, certainly the next week, because after when it comes to like next Friday, we're going to get Team 2 in packs. So these will go out of packs. So then they might go back up a little bit. But while they're in packs for the next week, I do think their prices are going to fluctuate a lot. But generally, especially on the lower tier cards, I do think they're going to be going downwards. So I would say a bit of advice would be to get, if you're buying the card or you pack it, you have it untradable. You have it tradable, get the objective done as quickly as you can and get the card out and just take the money. Yes, all right, you might lose a little bit of coins here. Oh, an ambulance has just pulled up outside. It's all right. I think we're good. So yeah, you might lose a little bit of money, but generally speaking, the safer players, I would just get it done as quickly as you can, get the card out, take the coins. And also, like, let's say you're going to buy, for those of you that are going to be buying these KDBs, these Renato Sanchez cards, you guys probably have the coins to buy these because you're traders. You probably have a much better idea about what the market does than I do. So you guys are probably fine. But in case you're someone that's really just lucky and then packed one of these tradable and you're thinking, what do I do? I would say if you think that you can get the 30 games done relatively quickly, I'm talking like, over the weekend, then fair enough, do it and sell the card afterwards. But if you're like 30 games, I mean, that's like, bear in mind, that's like 5 games an hour, I think, roughly, right? So you're looking at, what's that, like minimum of 6 hours. And that's if you just keep playing and don't take a break or whatnot. So just bear that in mind. If you don't think you're going to be able to get those games done in a short period of time, I don't know, you might want to sell the card and just take the coins, especially if there's like other players that you really want to use that you've, like Trophy Titans R9 or, maybe even that Team of the Year Ronaldinho. So if there's other cards that you really want to use, you might want to just take the coins and go and play with them. It's entirely up to you. But if you definitely think you can get it done, in a day or two, then yeah, do it, get the card and then flog it, the tradable version, and you should be fine. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. I know a lot of people like it. Like I said, I do understand the concept. I think there's some good ideas in here, but I do think most people feel this is just too much at this stage of the game. I mean, we're in July. Everyone's already, this is the big month where EA are going to be giving us a lot of info on the new FC 24. I think most people's minds now are already starting to shift towards the new game. And I know EA are looking for engagement numbers in the summer. And, you know, there are going to be people that are going to want to do this, and they are going to want to play a lot of these games. Fair play. But I mean, I consider myself a lot more than a casual player. I consider myself fairly hardcore for the amount of time that I spend on this game. And even I'm looking at this going, you know, I might do this Cavani and this Fekir at some point, maybe the Vlahovic. There's a couple that I might do just for something to do. But generally, I'm thinking, nah, not for me. This is too much. I'd rather go and play some World of Warcraft or something, or watch the cricket, or, you know, even Wimbledon or something. You know, this is too much, especially in squad battles. Now, one last thing on this, you will, if you watch YouTube videos from other FIFA content creators, you will see that people are talking about co-op. So let's say, for instance, you have a friend. First of all, congrats. And they pack this KDB. You can apparently co-op in Rivals, and then if you don't have the card, it will count. So technically, if you pair up with a friend who has the 98 rated KDB in their team, plus the 7 other Belgian players, you co-op with them in Rivals, you play 30 games, or, you know, scoring 30 games as you need to, you will then both get the 99 rated card in Rivals, is what I'm hearing. Obviously, you can't do co-op in Champs. Now, I haven't tried it, but I'm hearing that you can do co-op in squad battles, but I'm also seeing on Twitter people saying that it's not counting in co-op in squad battles. So if it was me and I had a friend that had one of these cards and was prepared to grind this with me, I would say, let's just go and co-op into squad battles and play one game and see if it counts. If it does, I think squad battles is probably going to be, you know, the easier route, because you can just chill, put it on semi-pro, chuck a Twitch stream on or something on your other monitor or whatever, and just grind it out. And then you both get, you know, the card. But I am hearing people saying that it's not working in squad battles, so you might have to do it in Rivals. And doing some of these in Rivals co-op with like 7 Belgian players and stuff, depending on what division you're in, is probably going to be a hell of a grind. But that is definitely something you can do, especially if, you know, you've got 2 or 3 friends and you get together and, you know, someone's got this Enzo card, someone's got the Timo card, and you can like pair up and do that. Just throwing that out there, okay, for you guys that might not have heard. But yeah, so that's my thoughts. Let me know, guys, what you think on this new Level Up promo. If you think EA have just missed the bar a little bit on this, or if you really like it and you're excited to grind this much in squad battles or Rivals at this stage of the game, then let me know in the comments. As per usual, I'm Big Steve. Thank you ever so much for joining me. Look after yourselves, guys, and I'll see you again really soon. Take care.